Okay, y'all. Now here's a story time for to take you way back to the age when I was 16. 16, I was fast, running around. You know, I was still going to school though. But I was ditching a lot of school time too. Till it caught up with me. So one day I met this guy, the man of my life, I thought. And we dated, and he was my first, and I got pregnant. Well, my first baby was a girl, and I had her, and then everything started changing because my mom and dad wasn't too happy about it that I had been sneaking around with a 21-year-old, which was in the military. And my father found out and went to headquarters and met up with him and told him, hey, if you don't stop seeing my daughter, I'm going to tell your first commander. And that ruined me. That really ruined me because that was the last day I seen that man. Had his social security number, his ID, everything. I gave it to my mom to keep it for me because, like I said, I was going like this. Back and forth to Killeen to Taylor, Killeen to Taylor. I was just doing me, going to school. Had my little car on the side, wasn't even in my name, but it was mine. So, after that, like I said, I had my daughter and everything started falling downhill. I got to the 12th grade. I didn't finish it, but I was close. And had complications with just with my being pregnant. When I was pregnant, I was pregnant and I had my baby. I was out of school and I had my baby. And then everything, like I'm saying, I'm getting nervous, y'all. Y'all work with me. And everything started going down the hill. I had met a guy and my best friend. God rest her soul. And I'm not saying any names. I'm just going to let y'all. I'm talking too fast with y'all, but like I was saying, when I was 16, before I got pregnant, I'm going to go back to where how I ended up on drugs. I was 15 when I was introduced to drugs. When I got pregnant, I stopped doing drugs. But when I was 15 and my best friend's mother had a friend, he was like family. We've been knowing him over a year. And so my friend was taking a bath and the guy friend said, hey, you want to ride with me on post to go get something to drink? Why not? It's friendly. So I get up and I ride with him to go get something to drink on post. He passed the PX. Hey, dude, homeboy, you got the PX back this way. He keeps driving. Okay, you want to keep driving. I said, you need to take me back home if you're not going to go to the PX. Oh, it's a PX. I said, no, I've been living clean too long. You can't fool me, dude. You got to take me back home or stop or let me out. He said, no, you're going to do what I want you to do. Something like that. So no, I ain't doing nothing. So what he was saying, he was going to take my virginity. This before I had my kids, y'all. I just went a little bit too far, but y'all bear with me. And I told him, no. So he takes me to a dark place where turn off the lights. I know he couldn't see nothing because I couldn't see nothing. He's the driver. But what he thought when he was snatching on me, I started fighting him. My first thing I remember, because I was, scooping out his car, see, his ID and his bill folder sitting right there. Of course, the keys and ignition. But he didn't know that I was scoping out his car. So when the lights went off and he started tugging on me and we fighting back and forth, first thing I do was grab his wallet, jump out, and hit to the ground and start rubbing on the ground. I'm rubbing on the ground and he's coming down. The doors are open, so it's a little bit light. So he comes around, and when he comes around, at this time I done found something. Hit him in his head, bam, went to the ground. I said, you gonna take me back home or you gonna take me back to the road? You gonna do something? And I said, I got your wallet. And in order for you to get your wallet, you gotta take me where you got me from. He like, okay, cool. So we get on the road and we going like 5 miles. I mean, I could have jumped out the car. We was going 5 miles per hour. Where here come a car behind us, a truck. He blowing, So he pulls on the side, help. He's trying to rape me. He's trying to rape me. Well, I say, Brett, trying to zoom in front of the car, pull out that long machete, white man with a bib and a hat on, pull out the long machete, and he said, get out the car. And I jump out the car, and when I jumped out the car, he took off. I'm in the car with the white man now. So the white man, I'm in the truck with the white man, so the white man said, I'm going to take you to the MPs. So he on the radio, dispatching all his buddies on there, let them know, hey, I got a teenager in the car, she almost got raped, and da-da-da, I'm going to take her to the MPs. So we get to the MPs, and don't remind y'all, I still have the guy wallet, okay? Get to the MPs, and the MP called the hospital and let them know we're going to bring a minor in, and we need her to do a rape kit. But I told him he didn't do anything to me, but I had scratches and stuff on me. So they took all that off of me. You know what they do with a Q-tip and everything. And at the same time, I still have not gave this police the ID, the bill folder. But the police said, well, do you know him? And I told him, yes. I explained to him everything. I told him his name and everything. But I couldn't think of his last name. So, but I said, I tell you what, I got his ID now. I'm scared already because my auntie gonna get me. Because at this time, I begged my mom to let me stay with my auntie. So I'm scared because if my auntie find out and she gonna call my mama, and then I'm in big trouble. So I gave the police, the MPs, the wallet, and he said, you was very smart. That was very clever. Thank God you make it out without being touched like that. So I was there for hours, y'all, hours, and the MPs come back. He said, Stephanie, we've been looking for this guy for 5 years. He AWOL for 5 years. Never tell me why he AWOL, but he said AWOL. So he come my auntie come to the door to get me. Everything went good, you know. I didn't have to do the rape kit because like I explained to them that nothing happened. So I go home. Now I'm finna get deeper. I looked good when I was that age. I looked damn good. I stripped. Now I'm finna take you to the strip club. It was this club on 2nd Street called Fridays in Vegas Club. I ended up going to Fridays Club because me and my best friend could always get in. And of course we had a couple more young girls with us. Like I say, no names. And we get in there, I'm the main person, the main one that can get everybody in underage because the guy knew me that was at the door. So me and him was cool. So I was drinking, my favorite drink was tequila with the worm in it. Don't mix it. And when I get drunk, I was stripped. And so the guy at the door is like, well, you can continue doing this as long as the vice don't come up in here. The vice come up here, we got to escort you somewhere so you can hide. The vice come in, and of course, everybody's running because a lot of us, not only the teenagers, a lot of grown folks are running because either they had warrants or they illegal for being in there, you know, whatever. So that eventually caught up. So my mama found out about it, and of course I had to go back to Taylor. So I'm in Taylor. I'm in high school. Going to high school because I was in 8th grade. I'm just being honest with you. So when after that, I begged my mama, I'm gonna go to school, mama. I'm gonna do right, mama. Let me go back with my auntie, mama. So my mom said, no. So I asked my dad. I said, hey, Dad, can I go back to Killeen? He's like, you ask your mom. Now, they separated, but I'm plotting against both of them. They don't get along, but I'm plotting against both of them. So my dad said, ask your mama, because he stuttered. He stuttered so bad that I was just laughing at him. He wondered why I'm laughing at him, because he stuttered that bad. But anyway, I ended up coming back to Killeen. Of course, I told y'all about me being pregnant. And then at the time, I come back to Killeen, and I go back to my best friend's house. And that's when I knocked on the door. I said, hey, friend, what you doing in the bathroom so long? Come on, we should go to Fridays. You know, it's going to get packed. You got Fridays, Club Nouveau, and you got the Vegas Club on the same street. So let's go. Or we ain't going to be able to get in. The bike's going to be sitting in the parking lot. So she said, wait a minute. So I opened up the door, and that's when I seen her doing crack. Say, hey friend, what are you doing? What is that? Shut the door. She didn't come in and shut the door. So I come in the bathroom with her and shut the door. And I said, what is that? And I ain't never seen drugs. But I said, let me try it. All right? She said, no. I said, let me try it. I'm going to go tell your mama. You going to let me try it. So what the hell I do that for? I tried. I stayed up all that night. And her mother was like, why I ain't sleeping? And she know I love to sleep. I couldn't tell her anything. I said, hell, I don't know. I slept all day, you know? Didn't know that it was the drugs making me stay up like that. So the next day, her brother wakes up. Y'all get up. So we gets up. And he was like, Mookie, mama told me that you was up all night. When you start staying up all night? I said, I slept the whole day. He said, where and when? So I'm arguing with my best friend's brother because he's so strict on us because we was teenagers and we girls. And we be out at night. So I ain't say anything, and my best friend give me the Google eyes not to say anything because she knows sometimes I can blabber too much. So we leave us alone, and now I'm on crack. Okay, we on crack. So we goes out that night, and she didn't have any money. So her brother was gone. She goes in there, and she do something that I really regret that she did. She goes and okay, when I tell you why I say that, okay. She goes steal pow from her brother. He's not at home. He's just nobody at home. We go walking, and she said, look what I got. And she showed me. I say, you better take that back, because you're going to get us in trouble. You're going to get us beat up. She's like, no, he ain't gonna know I got it. I said, yes, he is. We the only one that be there. So she said, look, I'm gonna go sell it so he ain't gonna know it. I said, you ain't even used it before. We don't even know how it goes. She said, I know how it goes. And pow, but ain't nothing come out. I said, well, where is it? I'm on the ground in the middle of the street holding my head like this. Where is it? Why ain't pow, you know? Didn't know it was jammed until she asked this guy, hey, could you show me what's wrong with this? And he did, and it pow. And he says, mine's now. I said, oh no, you're really in trouble. We're really in trouble. So we goes into this apartment where the drugs at. And y'all, my heart dropped when I walked in there. And I seen that man sitting in that chair with that woman with his hands across her back. I played it so cool, y'all. I was shaking. I was peeing on myself, and I was smiling and everything. So when I kept on tapping on my friend, she was wondering why I was tapping, but me and her, we knew each other vibes. So she knew that it was something wrong because how we had that we don't talk, we touch if we can't. Because like I said, we go to the club. So we can't holler out and we side by side. I see something, I tap. So don't run. You walk away or walk out. So when I tapped her, she knew it was something wrong. So instead of me kept looking at him, I just walked by him, going through the hall to the apartment. Because the apartment, the living room right here, the kitchen right here, and the rooms right here. So I heard her walk back out, and she walked behind me. So I'm walking down the stairs, now I'm running. Like I said, I was fine as a dime. I was running all the way to the house to get her brother. I was running. He wasn't there. I'm screaming and hollering. The mother wasn't there. So I finally tell her, I say, hey friend, that was the guy that almost... She said, that MF? So she get ready to go back. I said, what you going back because you already got jacked for your papa? So what you gonna do? We can't whoop no man. I said, well, I'm gonna go tell our brother. So I go, but he's not there. So the next day, that went on the next day. So I told the mother what really happened because I never gave her the story, or my auntie. All my auntie knows that I almost got raped. I didn't tell her that I was on my best friend's house, and my best friend's house mother friend is the one that almost raped. So I told the mother, and now the mother finna get down to the business. All right, days go by. We done forgot about that. Go on. So now, I'm at home in Taylor. I'm on drugs. Now my mom know I'm on drugs. And so, one day, I stayed on drugs, y'all, for 6 months. I kid you not, 6 months. And my baby, my mom had my baby. Now, I'm telling y'all, I'm 17 now. My mom had my baby, and my mom said, baby, won't you stay at home? Because the only way I get my supplies is that I make runs. I'm a seller. So I never tricked or did nothing to sell my body or nothing like that. But I did make runs. Hey, you want something? I got you. Let me go get it. That's what my job was. So, baby, please, stay at home. I said, like, all right, Mom, all right, I'm stay at home. But she didn't tell me what she had for me. She said, stay at home. And she said, go to the restroom for me. So I go to the restroom, and when I go to the restroom, she had bought me one, a 20. Y'all, that broke me. That broke me. I cried. And you know how hard it is for you to just do something that you don't want to do, and you're going to regret it. Well, that took a toll. I looked at it, and I flushed it. I broke my stem. I had a glass stem. I broke it. I threw it in the trash. That was the last time I did drugs. Now, here come the deep shit. I'm on drugs. 3 months passed by. And get a knock at the now. My baby is like 2 now. She's going in 2. And she talked real good. And a knock was at the door. And I could hear my baby say, what? Like that. The screen was locked. The door open. My mama in the room with her old man. And I'm laying in the bed. So mama said, go look and see who at the door, Stephanie. So I gets up. I go to the door. And when I get to the door, I see who at the door. I backed up and I said, Mama, it's the police. So my mama gets up and she goes to the door. She said, hello, how can I help you? So my mom gets to the door and she said, how can I help you, sir? And he said, yes, we're looking for your daughter. Now my mama's well known because we're from Texas. And she's another one like to pow, play around with her stuff, you know, when we was kids. So they knew her, and they knew that she carried weapons. So my mom said, like, what do you want with my daughter? And he said, well, is she here? And my mom said again, she's a teenager, but what do you want with her? And at the time, I'm telling you, I'm 17. She's like, what do you want with her? And I'll be 18 in a couple of months. He said, well, we have a warrant for her. And my mom said, well, what kind of warrant do you have for her? And he said, a seal of diaper. So at this time now, my baby, which is almost 2, cussing the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. This is what she said to the popos. She called them popos and everything she could think of because she hear these things. We in the project, she hear these things, you know? And, but when I know my mama say, when they told her they had a warrant, you know, for me, and of course it's going to scare some parents because at that time we didn't know that our rights like we know them now. So my mom said, come here, Stephanie, and see what the police wanted to go on. So I goes and open the door. They didn't put the handcuffs on me because my daughter right there crying. So they let me get in the back seat. And before I got in the back seat, I told my mom and my baby I love them. And I'm sorry. So I get in the jail, in the back seat of the police car, I go to jail. Remind you, it wasn't just me that had sold diamond. It was like 15 of us. Guess what? I was the only female. I was the only female. Judge Hobbs, funky ass out of Williamson County. Okay. First time ever doing anything in my life. This woman gave me 20 years for controlled substance. Okay? 20 years. And if you want to go Supreme Court, I'm going to give you 50 years. That's what that hoe said. So, of course, I didn't try to fight it. I said I did it. That was my addiction. And I sold, helped them. You know what I'm saying? She's the only way that when I went to court, they said, only way that we won't give you 20 years if you give me some people you was selling for. I told him, ain't no snitch. Go ahead and give me the 20 years. Even though that hurted me like hell because I was just 17. And of course, a lot of people say, oh, they can't give you that when you say, that's a damn lie. Cause Judge Hart made it possible to give me that when I was 17 and 2 months 18. Now I'm in Williamson County Jail, waiting to catch a train, to go to prison. Now, I stayed in Williamson County Jail for 2 whole years before I pulled chain. I tell you, y'all, that was a rough, I cried. I cried knowing crime is not going to do anything. It wasn't going to let me out free. I had a lot of regrets. The people that I hurt, my baby that I left with my mom, I know she was taken care of. It was just being a first-time mom. It hurted so bad, you know. And she cried, and she cried. I seen her crying. I looked behind her. When I was in the cop car, I would turn around and she was standing there falling out, having tantrums. You know how babies are when they want their mother. That's a feeling that I never ever want to go through again. And we got a long way to go to how I end up here. But like I said, I'm in jail, and the longer I was in there, the stronger I became. Each day. It took it 2 years for me to be okay. I got to do this time. I'm finna get ready to go. They finna eventually pull a chain, and now I'm finna go to prison where big girls at. So, it was late morning, and they clicked on the lights. Get up, chain time. Now I'm finna go. When they call your last name, you're getting on the chain. There's no buts about it. You're getting on the chain to go to prison. And that day, they didn't call my name. So, all right, I'm still stuck in jail. I have 3 roommates, and it was hell. And you got one, sometimes you'll get a roommate that want to hurt themselves or hurt others. So you got to sleep light. You just got to sleep light. So, months went by. In the middle of the night again. Chain time. I'm praying to get the hell out of this damn jail because you don't get to go outside. You don't get no decent food. You eating food out of a can. It's time to get out of here. So I'm ready. I'm strong now. I'm ready to get out of here. Stephanie Thomas. Oh, that's me. Pack my shit. Stand in line. Put chains, shackles on your feet. And I'm standing in line. Of course, I have my property because you got to hold your own property. Nobody's responsible for your property if you come up missing but you. So if I got somebody behind me in the back and got a bag and she got the same property I got, or she want what I got, and if I can't show proof that it's mine, it's hers. So they snatching bags just like that from up under your head. So we're standing in line, I'm holding my bag like this for dear life. Till we got to my name, where everybody get on the bus, and here I go get on the bus. Now when you get on the bus, you got to put your bags, it's the way you got to put it, because you finna get handcuffed. You ain't riding free. You get handcuffs, so now you got to put your bag down. It was so difficult. Put your bag down, put your hands out, put the handcuffs up, bend down, get your bag quicker. Please have one back, because you got a lot of stuff I feel sorry for. You're gonna get got. Now we got the bags in my hands, and we're getting on the bus. We're on the bus, it's like 2 in a row. I got my bag. You don't know who you ride with, because they're not gonna let you ride with people. Some people, sometimes maybe 1 or 2, but they might be in different pods than you. So we bound like this with dear life, because I hardly get any money on books. So I don't want to let nobody get nothing that I got. So I'm on the bus, y'all. Everybody we got on. Now we strolling. I never did tell you where I was going, but I'm gonna tell you that on part 2. Right now we're gonna close the chapter for right now. It's late. over here, and I'm getting tired and smoking cigarette after cigarette. I'm so nervous, but I enjoying this because this is new. I'm like 52 and I haven't dated in God knows 16 years. Never had a man in 16 years, and I just feel free. I am ready to be me again. You know, so y'all come on in and listen to my story because it's getting good. It's gonna get you like be amazed. I mean, you'll be amazed, and you're gonna know some good times, some hard times, my downfalls, my good fall. You know, I'm gonna give you all of me. I'm not holding back. And a lot of people that knows me knows about my life, a lot about my life, especially because I talk about it. I'm not ashamed what I did, what I went through, because now I can share that with people and let them know, these kids, listen to what I have to say because it might save your life or you from being in prison. 9 out of 10, I might have some kids that listen to me. You know, they'll call me Miss Mookie, Aunt Mookie, and they listen to me, you know? So, yeah, y'all come on in next time because I'm going to close this right now. Can't get all the juice right now. Come on now. Come on back.